everybody, it's Milton, and I'm excited for you to meet Chad, one of our counselors, and he's gonna dive into some of the important facts and figures about homelessness, but even more important, he's gonna talk to us about practical ways that we can get involved in making the issue of homelessness better for those who are really in need of help.
Boredom and hopelessness are probably the two key words that I would take away when it comes to homelessness and youth homelessness. That boredom leads to delinquent behaviors, that boredom leads to sexual activity, that boredom leads to drug use, that boredom leads to more suicide. 69% of people who are homeless of teens who are homeless have mental health problems. And why would you have mental health problems? You say, well, Oliver talked about what your life looks like in the car or at couch surfing. How you're not supposed to find any aspirations of hope and bring about any change or any joy of your life when this is what you get to go home to every day. You know, depression feeds off lethargic behavior, and with homelessness, it's very lethargic. They say 1 in 30, 13 to 17-year-olds, adolescents experience homelessness of more than a month. 5,000 youth die a year in homelessness situations. Whether that's abuse, whether that's drug use, whether that's getting involved in dangerous situations, whether that's getting beaten up because they have food and the other person doesn't. You know, LGBTQ, they're becoming more prone to be homeless and runaways because they're not accepted into society and they're not loved and so forth like that. This is why sex trafficking goes up. This is why more often teens who are homeless are often more taken advantage of, whether it's turning tricks on the street for money or for food, or whether it's other shady things that they have to do. It's a crisis and it's an epidemic that's growing. A lot of the stereotype is the fact that most youth who are homeless are because they're runaways. It's not entirely true. And you gotta ask, what are they running away from? Even if they have ran away, they must be running away from something. Whether it's neglect, whether it's abuse, whether it's shame, whether it's pain, whatever it is, they're running away from something. And even though they may have somewhat of a stable environment in their home, it must not be that stable to say, I want to prefer life on the street. The others, immigration issues. The others are also economical issues. Parents are just in and out of the drug life, so there's no stability. Mom and dad went to jail, or they don't want to go to the foster care system, so they run. And they take brother, sister, whoever, and they decide life on the street is better than life being separated. You know, the biggest thing is that we look at our lives and we look at the people who have been in homeless situations and we make snap judgments about them. And we make almost like taking a picture and we just take a little photo shot and say, oh, they're delinquent. Oh, you know, they probably just wanted to use drugs. So every homeless person has a story. You know, you gotta look outside of them from just seeing them as just someone who's asking for money or asking for food or asking for help, and look at them as a human being. You know, the connection piece that brings us all together. The human being that God said first is, he said that, hey, love God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength. But then he said, love others as yourself. I don't go hungry. I don't go thirsty, so I'm not gonna let anybody else go thirsty. If we did that and we saw these people as human beings, especially the youth who are just lost, stuck in the gutter, and didn't know how they even got there, then it would change things. We gotta remember they have a story. If you listen, you'll get through the delinquent behavior, you'll get through the hopelessness, you'll get through the despair, and you'll be able to hear their story, and then you could actually impact change. And that's what we gotta do. You know, if someone is out there and you know, whether they're on the phone listening to this or whatever, and they need help, 1-800-RUNAWAY, that gives a contact number for youth. If anyone is in a situation 24/7, 365 days a year, Christmas, holidays, it doesn't matter. You call 1-800-RUNAWAY, they will get you resources to help you. Call my number, I'll help you. You know, 208-505-4314. That's my counseling office. I'll help you however I can. And for the rest of us who are driving down the street, who see a delinquent youth, who wants to make that snap judgment as we walk past the Walmart photos of all the missing kids, don't think it was always by choice. Remember, there's a story behind every single one of those kids. Some of us are so removed by this, and we walk into a situation, maybe you have a son or daughter in high school or middle school, and they know someone who's experienced homelessness. They're wearing the same clothes every day. That's a huge sign that it's probably happening. Teeth not brushed, hair not combed, not showered, smelly. Chances are there's probably some bad situations going on in the home, or there is no home. Best way to help, hit the immediate need, whatever that is. And then after that, look for the long-term solution of whether, all right, is the parents a viable option? If it is, okay, what's going on? How do we reconnect that? Or if it's not, and there's danger in the home, contact social services. Some people that I know goes the extra mile and they actually move them into their house. And I've done that too as well. If I love my neighbor as I love myself, then I gotta take care of them. And I think God will handle the risks that I face in the long run.
So there you have it. You've heard Ali's story. Chad gave us some great information and some great suggestions. So the question is, how are you gonna get involved? Here at Project Engage, we're about feeling good and doing good, and it's time for us to do good. So what can you do? You can find your local organizations that help with homelessness, your local shelters, and get involved. And let us know what you're doing, because we want to highlight people who are doing good. So we hope these videos have inspired you, have informed you, have taught you. Now it's time to get out there and make a difference in the world. So from Project Engage, from everyone here, thank you for watching our videos. Stay tuned, stay connected, and let's make a difference everywhere we go.